So cute.
Indeed. Alright, all we have to do now is finish.
You should use
You have to go do a thing with candy or something.
you.
Oh, whatever. Alright, so
I
have no idea. I assume that one viewer would be you. You're the one who said go stream so that I can watch you and talk to you.
I said ghost stream.
No, you didn't. You said
Yes,
go.
I did. I said ghost stream.
Oh, it was ghost stream? You want me to ghost stream then?
No, I was just talking about a ghost stream.
Oh.
It's crazy. Yes, you do.
Grab a 2x6. Handles a bit like bullshit, but all we need to do now is shove Semi. Bitch. What up, Raptor Jesus? Doing alright. I have to remake a thing, which is why I'm doing the thing that you see me do. I have a build called the Power. And it became entirely invalidated when the wheels got fucked over. Also used to handle better, drive better, and just be better in general, but because these wheels in the back go round and round, you know how Targum is. They're like, no, no, you can't mix and match. We hate you. So, idea. Also, a little bit tired, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Greetings, cool noob. I don't know, I've just been dragging my feet. I feel like I've been exhausted for a little bit now. That originally I was using interior bumper armor and stuff like that, but I don't need to do that anymore. We are rebuilding something quickly. Stupid OU. Who the hell says armor? Basically, it is an avalanche. Any good way of doing that? Greetings, French Fries 17. So ever since they nerfed the armored slab, like these were the two most important pins in all of Crossout. Those two pins. And those pins are now not armored. And so that makes the armored slab very weak in comparison to what it kind of a bitch, actually. It means that you can't have either the front of or the rear of this slab facing your opponent, or else it doesn't do anything. kind of brutal. So close to pass limit. Also, don't have the tonnage, because this thing is granting 2,000 additional mass. I mean, it's still magic gun armor. It can still be used. What's up, Secret Jet Racer? Just trying to get my avalanche loader back in the game. Example of bad decisions. My crossout market history. At least the example of a bad decisions isn't your hold on. Your crossout store history. Store history, of course, being, you know, what you would do with a regular real money. Market history, well, I mean, that's just bad guessing. Store history might have a problem. Didn't realize how much time building this game can take. I spent hours on my hover to make sure the armor wasn't crap. Oh no! I guarantee you're regretting the time that you spent on that. Dang, that's actually long by one. Actually, that's a real problem. Like that effing armor that they. The number of times I've had to change around, scrap, start over, etc. is getting a little ridiculous. That should be the. Why is that not? You don't have pins on the top, do you? Alright. Invert. Made a quad Prometheus, Kami Cabin, and they do a lot of damage and they're pretty easy armor. Good. Prometheus are decent. I mean, I used to bag on Prometheus, but I mean, it's not as bad as I said it was at the time, I guess. Grinding costs more in the long run for anyone who finds their life worthwhile and makes more than minimum wage. Yeah, but I don't know. It's tough to look. How do I explain this the best way I possibly can? Crossout, as with all video game, intentionally makes it so it is more worth your while to work a real job and then pay them money, real life money, than it is for you to grind the stuff out. That's the point, right? And the problem with this is, it's not that there's a problem with that. I mean, that's it's the free to play, pay to win BS. Thank you, Magdalena. But I mean, the overall idea is how else is a game gonna get monetized, right? Not that I am saying that this game requires monetization, right? But what I'm saying is that that's the idea. Like, if you look at it, here, let me explain. Actually, hold on one second. this is some dumb stuff, and I don't like being the one to talk about this, but, you know, I'm tired, so I may as well. Alright, so what I'm going to show you is Ye Old Store, or the shop. You never see me go here, you never see me do stuff here. But the idea is this. They know that the amount of time it takes you, like ignore the Catalina and stuff like that, the amount of time it takes you for the passes to get the stuff it's just not worth it. They know it. They know it. And it's by design, right? So certain passes, such as these stupid ones, the rundown, which is going to end in 3 days, and is going to be replaced with another mini pass. Greetings, Wendigo. I'm doing all right. Tired as hell though. But these packs are sadly extremely cost effective. So if you're looking to make coins and you have a job and you can afford $10 every month or so, then these packs are for you. Again, I don't like being the guy who shills that out, but because again, I'm not being paid for this shit. So you know. But the simple fact of the matter is this: if you look at what's in this pack, just look at the basics, right? You're looking at 485 coins there. You're looking at 50 there, right? So you're already looking at 500 coins, 575. These things sell for 40. So we'll just say 0. Well, we're going to zero those out, right? So we're at 575, 1,000, and you get 2 of these. So you're looking at 2,500 coins. You're looking at another 500. You're looking at 3,000 coins. Right? I already counted that in there. You're looking at 3K, and I think the Omamori is currently 3.7. You're looking at 6,700 coins for $10, right? So for $10, you're looking at 6,700 coins. Thereabouts. Your mileage may vary, but if you look at cross crowns, how much money is 6,000 coins? That's this. And that's 800 cross crowns. 800 cross crowns is $100. Well, actually $50. You're looking at $50. So if you're looking to make coin, not cross crowns, but coins, in reality, these stupid mini passes are actually extremely coin dense. So just selling the shit, not even using a single item, right? From the rundown. If you just sell this shit, you just sell everything. Right click sell. You're gonna look at somewhere in the neighborhood of 7,500 coins. And 7,500 coins is worth more than $50 of cross crown. Assuming that you simply tried to buy the coins. Does it make sense? Hope everyone followed me on that crap. I don't want to go through it again. Once again, though, and I just want to point this, I just want to make sure that my stance is clear. I'm not arguing that one should purchase anything in crossout. Certainly not. That is absolutely not my stance. But to the point of whether or not grinding is worth it in crossout, it depends. It just depends on how much time you have. And it is by design that grinding is significantly shittier than paying money. And before anyone goes out, and here's what I just say and go buy stuff, there's a mental thing that happens literally in your brain. When you pay your first amount of money for something, you get addicted. It's the same thing as crack. It's the same thing as all those things like that. It's not as addictive as crack or anything like that, but it is the same, right? You become acclimated to paying $10. You're like, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to just pay the $10. You know, that kind of stuff like that. And then it becomes commonplace for you to do. And it's going to become more and more common as every battle pass comes out. So I'm very wary about giving the advice of go ahead and, you know, buy anything on any of these battle passes, because the problem is that you will become more and more likely to purchase the next battle pass over and over and over again, ad infinitum, until it asymptotes into you purchase every battle pass. So there's that. That's the reason why I do have. I don't want to just say you should do it, right? I'm saying just so you're aware, it is cheaper. No, not cheaper. It is. How do I phrase this? It isn't necessarily cheaper. It's that technically it is cheaper. So if you have a job, any real life job, it is cheaper to do that job and pay for cross out money. That's the idea. And it was designed that way. This is by design. They did it that way to make it so you would give them the money you got for working a real job. It's not an accident. It's not a happy accident where they're like, oh, it just so happens that, no. I'm going to use Ravager parts. So yeah, I do expect that your return on investment for grinding is going to feel bad because that's the design. If it felt good, if your ROI felt good, then they shot themselves in the foot, right? Because it's like, oh, nobody's paying us real life United States dollars because the grind is too easy, right? Not low enough. Yeah. My own reality is every hour I divest from works costs me $100. You get paid $100 an hour? Wow. Hold on a second, French fries. You get paid $100 an hour? God damn. For those of us who don't know, if French fries makes $100 an hour, you know what that is in a yearly salary? He makes over, I think it's $1 million. Yeah, that's a millionaire. French fries, you're a millionaire? What are you doing here? And why are you not subbing to me? Cyclone nerf win? I don't think they're going to nerf the Cyclone. The Cyclone's not a problem right now. But, then again, you bring up a good point. They tend to nerf everything that isn't a problem, so maybe there will be a Cyclone nerf soon. Who runs crossout? Crap. Hold on. Where am I hiding these things? In the middle, vertically. Jesus Christ, I've got every testicle. I only have one, don't I? Yep. Because you're not gonna all of those. Oof. I don't think I have space anymore. Pretty jam-packed. We gotta make space, chat. But yeah, currently Cyclones and the Ryen are the problems. You think the Ryen's a problem? What's up with the Ryen that makes it a problem, chat? Wait, what? Okay, am I drunk? Isn't this a 4-pin? If this is 4 pins, this should be able to reach the top. Why are you not doing this? Hmm. This isn't gonna clear. Hmm. Let's invert it. Make it look cool. Let's double invert it. Go up there. Put it. Put it. Have you watched Ryen? I don't know what you mean, user blame. So you're thinking that the Ryen can be taken down to 8K and to be good. Okay. Well, hold on a minute. So one of the things is this. Hold on. Magdalena says, "You remember when you told me not to leave butter out because the cat will eat it? Do you remember where I put it? Where did you put it? Did you put it where the cat can eat it?" Well, Giovanni, I'm rebuilding a build that became invalidated on the exhibition due to freaking parts changes. All right, one moment. Let's go back to the Ryen. Go back to the conversation of the Ryen. So one of the things that was just said that I could see having some validity is that the parts that people have at 8K power score may not be strong enough to take the hit from a fully charged Ryen. But, hold on. The Ryen itself, I think its price has actually gone up slightly. The Ryen itself only has, what, 1400 durability? Because this is the same argument behind the Young Wang, right? And yeah, it's got way more durability than the Wang, but this is the same argument, or yeah, this is the exact same argument revolving around ye old Wang of the Young, right? Where the Young Wang does so much crazy damage, it's even usable in Leviathan CW as a primary weapon for a Leviathan. But even then, like, it's still considered balanced because the builds that wield it are very flimsy. It's pronounced. Wait, hold on. It's pronounced Freerin. You're saying free? It's pronounced Freerin because of the fact that you get free wins. So here's the thing: you're not supposed to aim at this. What's the durability of your build? The Ryen is better than the Kaiju. Okay. So I know this is gonna sound really stupid, but I still have yet to have a problem with the Ryen. But I think I haven't been fighting at 8K or lower. I've been fighting at like 10K to 13, and at 10 to 13, it's just another gun. It isn't special. Mm-hmm. Durability and power scores with me. Thank you. Put this here, and let's grab that ammo crate that I've been ignoring up until this point here. That's weird. You'd think there'd be a. Oh, hold on. This power score. I'm gonna assume that, yeah, 8-7. I think the reason isn't just the Ryen. Well, no, it's probably just the Ryen because you have to charge it up. Like even with the reload, it doesn't matter. This thing has an extremely long in between time. I think its damage is. Hold on, let me fire off another distance. I think fully charged, I mapped this thing's damage at like 400 something. Yeah, 342, 214. Yeah, but look how long this takes to charge. And then the build itself has 1900 hit points, right? You just power through the build. And the thing is with this build, though, it's not just the Ryen. Here's the issue. This is a combination of problems. This is a very, very, very annoying build because of what's on it. What's on it? An averter. Where's the averter? Attach the Ryen in the cabin and the engine. And the engine is a fin whale. And you've got your KA3 giraffe. This is basically just a nightmare fuel. This is just basically a nightmare fuel build to fight as a low power score, because the durability of the Ryen is actually much greater than the durability of the car. Right? So the Ryen, you're looking at what, 1440. You got 30% DR on it, which is 30% more hit points than 1440. Hold on, do math. So it's got 1872 durability because of the fact of it's attached to an inverter. But then again, it's got another 50% durability off of that, which is actually, dang it, stupid math. Hold on, sorry. You stack linearly, which is the poor way of doing it. But we're looking at 1440 hit points. Right? We're just gonna assume it's plus 50 plus 30. So 1.8. So this thing has 2,592, or basically 2,600 Dura, right? So you got a 2,600 Dura gun and you got a 1,900 Dura build. The solution is to aim at the cabin. Is the stream muted? No. I'm pretty sure everyone can hear me, Splatacake. Add the charges with fast shot, then the big one, and J. J? What does J do? Projectile speed, weapon spread? Gonna pass on that one. We're gonna actually have to. We just don't have the space. We're gonna have to use standard ammo packs. Ugh, embarrassing. Whatever. Did you put the pass-through durability parts on the build? Ish, some. We're looking at 32. I'm pretty sure. Getting our balls blown off with this one. Ugh. Was selling the Ryen and buying a Helicon worth it? Yeah. You know what? 28 versus 32. Okay, we'll go with this one. Hold on, Friendship Bunny has something to say, chat. Oh, you just wanted to say she loves it. Specifically me. Well done, chat. Well done. So the reason why I would argue that yes, selling the Ryen and getting Helicon was worth it is because a Helicon is going to take you further. That's just, some guy. Take that, just some guy on YouTube. Got jacked. Son of a bitch. Nah, I don't know where to put this thing. Okay, I have an idea. Put it on the back? Where on the back? I mean, I could fit it right there on either side. You know what? Why not? Symmetry through asymmetry. Why not? And we can leave these attached underneath. Threatening to blow up our whole build. What cabin is best for the Helicon? Well, I mean, honestly, the Helicon is just a strong gun. I don't think there's any individual cabin that stands out. I mean, you can do, if you're playing standard mode Catalina, get your damage stacked to the moon. If you're doing CW, you can use the Beholder. If you're using the Harpy, it's just great. 70 points of Dura, or do we want to use less Dura but more bullet resistance? Eh. Will a tower do anything for it? What do you mean? So Splattercake just recently picked up his second Helicon, everyone. And so he's wondering what to do with his Heezycon. And the only problem is I don't have anything. I don't really have advice for you, Splattercake. I want to, I do, but I actually don't have Helicon. You're the one with Helicons. That's you. You're mistaking you and me again. We need fatty armor, but we are running out of fatty mass. Ugh. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Western fronts. Will a Torero do anything for it? Kind of, yeah. But I mean, if you're looking for more accuracy on your shots, you can do. I'm not gonna say necessarily you can do better. You can. Hold on, check something. Overmass. We're not overmass. We need tonnage. How silly is that? Get out of here, Razorback. Grab a dun horse. Come on, video game, don't be a piece of shit. It's a very minor aside while I continue to build this. You guys know, this is so silly. I don't know why I find this so interesting, but I think it's just interesting to me because I somehow didn't know this before. There's this woman named something Sweeney, and apparently she's very popular because of the fact that she's constantly naked on freaking what's it called? Whatever television show she's on. She was in like a movie called Madam Web, and it was terrible apparently. I just find it amazing that I had no idea that this woman existed. And I just realized that I looked at the ammunition wrong. I only have 19 shots on this build. And 28 on this one. Euphoria, thank you. Friendship money's on it. It's one of those moments where you realize you're old, you know, without realizing you're old. Because it's like, I don't know who that person was. I'm like, who is this person? And that's what it's like to be old. Oh, that's nice. 25 shots? I know that. Oh, Twins is like 28, isn't it? Yeah. Dang. This is the reason why. This is the reason why these dang super ammo crates are so useful. I don't want to do this. I don't want to put an ammo crate in the back. That's just stupid. You want a legendary gremlin? So here's the deal. Legendary gremlin would be cool. But it would be a little bit overpowered. Probably, because all gremlins have always been overpowered. I want the special tier engines to have perks. Maybe. Maybe one day they will, Giovanni. I mean, they made special tier cabins have perks. So here's the problem with legendary gremlins, if they existed. Remember, they're 2 energy. They'd be a they like how much money would that cost? I'm gonna remove. This is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna remove this just for a moment. Then I'm going to replace it manually. French Fries donated $20, super chatted, linked my account for just this moment. What do you mean? No idea what's going on. Oh, you mean you linked your account specifically just so that you could super chat $20? Big ups to French Fries if that is the case. Normally, I don't thank people for handing me $20, but in this case, thank you. I will thank you for $20. Hold on. We need a. No, we can do. There's not enough energy for a cloak. Can't do it.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet of French fries.
And a better engine. This doesn't need a better engine. You're drunk. No. So.
That is so nice. You did a good job streaming, honey.
So the reason why I can't get a better engine and I cannot get a cloak is because of energy costs. Everything costs too much energy. There's a cat that's asleep. Cat, I'm looking at sleeping. Change your cabin out first? Are we just saying make a different build entirely? That's not the point of this build. What are we doing here? Oh wait, hold on. I just remembered something. This thing doesn't use. This thing uses. Hold on. Who's the co-driver on this bitch? Grizzly? Oh.
Every time I try to donate money, it says that like there's something wrong with my card. It's like to send money on.
Did your big block of text not show up? I assume that you just said link to my account for just this moment.
No, that's what.
Oh, sorry. Cool Noob says, or if you change out your current cabin with the legendary heavy cabin, change out some of the hardware. I know it wouldn't reload quite as quick, but you do more damage and have extra energy. No. Hold on. There's damage and damage per second, right? Those are not the same. So there's damage over time and damage per second. Damage over time is a reloader build. Damage per second is a percentage damage increase.
I feel like we should do something to celebrate. But the only thing I can think of is singing, and nobody wants to hear me sing. Yes.
Have you ever had one of those moments that someone's quoting a different show? She's quoting a show.
Am I?
Yeah.
Is that from a show?
Yeah, it is. Of course it is. From your favorite comedian.
Oh, it's from 30 Rock, isn't it?
That is.
That's exactly what Jenna said.
That is
oh
exactly
man.
what
Oh, I
Jenna
thought
said.
it was so clever. Damn it.
Nope, that was you quoting Jenna.
No, Jenna said that while she was standing on the yacht.
Yep.
Damn it. And then she started singing Amazing Grace. Well, I'm sorry, French fries. I tried to think of a way to like celebrate you doing that, but I can't think of it. Unless you want like a picture of a kitten, I could post a picture of a kitten into the Discord.
To answer your question, Bluebird, it's the Odin. Buttcake asks, Odin worth cardboard? I know you got one. What is that?
Odin with cardboard.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm using the Odin in this particular instance. Yeah. The reason why is because I'm also upgrading to the Cyclops. So remember, we're looking at our old build, which no longer functions due to the fact that wheels don't touch the ground. Stupid video bullshit rule. Anyway. Yeah.
That is just so nice. Okay. Back to caking.
All right. That's not true, French fries. Listen, contributions come in many forms. Conversation is a contribution. And I do appreciate all that you guys do for the stream, for myself, for friendship money. Okay, hold on a second. We could just throw a thing here, right? Yeah, we'll just throw a thing. Now I'm just looking at this again, thinking Eastern, Western. To celebrate, we should have a cardboard ninja teach Friendship Bunny how to play this game. I ain't got that kind of time. What is better, 4 maces or 2 thunderbolts? Look, this is I don't like saying this. I'm only going to say it once. I'm going to say it quickly and quietly. 2 thunderbolts. There's your answer. Oof, that's way too heavy. How heavy is this thing? 269? Good lord. So, there are a lot of things being said in chat right now that are true. Like, oh, it depends on the power score you're aiming for. It depends on X, Y. But by and large, if you're looking at for just simply greater damage, 2 thunderbolts I have found do better damage. I have maces, or at least I had maces, and I had thunderbolts, and thunderbolts consistently performed better. Is there a reason why you're not going down one? Up to 10k, you're going to want thunderbolts. I don't know what it is. Actually, that's not true. Oh, right. So here's the thing. Let's just cover the thunderbolt thing right now. Thunderbolts charge faster. That's it. They just charge fast. So if you're looking at those bars down there, 1, 2, 3, right? Fully charged. They really need to fix the exhibition. Hey, remember back when the exhibition wasn't buggy as shit, folks? Those are some good times. All right, so let's see how long it takes. Remember, I was already charged 1, 2, 3. Technically, I think this thing charges to 4, though. Or even more. 4. So as you can see, the amount of time it takes you to charge is pretty high, right? And then you look at the perk of the mace itself. For every 40 meters, it gets 10% up to 40, right? But if you actually look at the thunderbolts say that it gets 33% on every charge. Stacks 3 times, up to basically plus 100% damage. So, ultimately, if you're looking for higher damage, thunderbolts will outperform maces. I don't like being the one who says it because I do think maces are a good gun, but pound for pound, the thunderbolt outperforms the mace. Well, you're looking at what, 1080 versus a mace of basically the same. Like it's 40 power score difference. You might be wondering what? No, the idea is for each mace you'd have like 2 thunderbolts. Sorry, for every thunderbolt you have like 2 maces, because you'd go from 4 maces to 2 thunderbolts, and so 4 maces is 40 less power score than the thunderbolts, and so the thunderbolts will actually serve you better. You can do better things with them as well. You can defend them better because there's only 2 on your build. There's some downsides with 2 thunderbolts over 4 maces, such as if they focus fire at one of your guns down, you can lose a lot of firepower immediately. But conversely, you can defend them better. So, yes, honey, what's up? Outstanding. So basically, at any time, if you're, how do I put this? If you're using 2 to 3 maces, your power score is going to actually be much lower, and That's for lower power score play, but for higher power score, the maces aren't going to keep up compared to the Thunderbolts. So one of the things that you don't even notice as you drive around with Thunderbolts in your car is one, how fast they charge. My Thunderbolt is already charged up to 100%, right? And that's immediate. That's just effectively immediate. And as you fire, as you shoot your opponent, and as you drive, you keep getting those stacks, right? And so you get 100% damage shots in there all the time. And even if you don't get a 100% damage bonus, you're going to get a 33 or 66% damage bonus. And it happens so rapidly. Maces, because of the fact they take so long to charge, you basically charge up to a bonus 40% for the very first shot on your very first engagement. And you may never get up to 40% again, right? And so even though, it's not even though, like it just is, the Thunderbolts just do more damage. And you're not going to believe this or like this, I still think after testing it and playing with it, the Hammerfalls are better than Thunderbolts. I mean, they should be because they're higher rarity, but for a while they weren't, but they nerfed Thunderbolts a few times, and then they buffed Hammerfalls a few times, and the Hammerfall also has a different hitbox, so it actually peaks up more. There's a lot of things that lend to Hammerfalls being better, but Hammerfalls are actually better than Thunderbolts. 3 maces versus 2 Thunderbolts is better in your comparison. Even then, 3 maces have more base defense. Do they? I don't think they do. So again, if you're going all in, I still think Thunderbolts will outperform maces. But might not. Hold on. Let's finish this build up and then diddle with maces, I guess. That's what we'll have to do. We need to use our brains. Dang, I just can't stop yawning today. Jesus, it's really frustrating. I know how to solve this. Gremlins are just better than both. Imagine Thunderbolts fused for Dura damage fire rate. Imagine. Imagine those. Imagine them. They're really good. Yes, honey?
Different. Are there different kinds of ounces?
No. An ounce is an ounce. That doesn't make any sense.
So listen. So
Alrighty.
on the side of the measuring cup, it tells you the number of ounces.
I don't know what we're even talking about, but sure, yeah.
Well, there are 16 ounces in a pound. And so this recipe says you have to use
Are we talking about
pounds.
fluid ounces, or are we talking about like? What do you?
Well, okay. So
Chat, give me a minute. I'm so tired right now, and I don't know what she's asking me.
So the side of my measuring cup says there are 8 ounces in the cup. And I need a pound of something, but then I put it on my scale and I put it in a measuring cup, and it says, and so it says 16 ounces on the side of the cup, but according to the weight, it's only 7 ounces.
All right. So here's the idea. If you were to, there's ounces by volume and ounces by weight, right? So a cup of something, hold on. A cup of something, like if you have a cup of mercury is going to weigh more than a cup of feathers.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're using your ounce measuring cup for an amount of something, then the weight of that thing is going to vary based on what that thing is. If you're looking for a weight of something, then you have to use the measuring via weight. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. It's just The cup says it's 16 ounces. But
Stop.
the weight says
Stop.
only 7
Stop.
ounces.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're saying about cups. That doesn't matter. What's the problem? What does the recipe call for?
Well, so I'm having it. It calls for 2 pounds of powdered sugar.
Then if you're having it, get 1 pound of powdered sugar. Pound. Find it, throw it on a scale. Pound. Done. That was a close one, chat. What do these weigh? 90? 99. We're basically at mass capacity. I am far too tired to be fielding these kinds of questions. Oh my god. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. I just feel exhausted and I'm just like, oh my god. This feels wrong. This should be lower. But it doesn't go lower. But aren't fluids and liquids the same thing? So fluids and liquids are not the same thing. A good example is glass. Glass is a fluid. It is not a solid, and it is not the same thing as a liquid. But that's neither here nor there, cool noob. I understand where you're going with that. Type 1, if Fartboard should drink a cup of mercury and then eat a cup of feather. But don't worry, I understand what you're saying, because the idea is that, and we're going to go for anything under 100. Ooh, small D side. But but anyway, yeah, I gather what you were saying when you're thinking that fluids and liquids are the same thing. Because when you're cooking or anything like that, when someone says a fluid ounce, they are referring to a liquid ounce. They are 100% like reporting, like regarding that, right? So you are right when you're thinking of it like that. Let's give it a try. I'm dubious of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the hell? Are we counting to 11? What's going on? What's happening? I mean, I'll take the engagement. I don't know what's going on, but I will absolutely take the engagement. The chat engagement is great. What are you guys doing? It looks like you're just counting. Are you guys counting to see how long something will happen? Alrighty, so this is basically just an avalanche loader build. This shouldn't have to... We shouldn't have to think very hard. Our durability is low. Work on that. And that's the end of Sarah's ass. Oh no! No! Why? I, for one, am glad I'm playing a reloader build that's designed for high DPS. Alexis is gonna block. This guy's gonna crash into me. And then we're gonna miss. Huh. 0 damage? There we go. That's weird. 0 damage. Huh. Alexa bot? What are you doing, bruh? Where are my shots even going? I didn't even see a couple of those explosions. If only blockchains did a one-hit deframe again. If only. Is this a fight between Giovanni and Noob? Oh shit! Noob skipped to 40. That's 10 digits gone in the dust. Funny thing about numbers is they're infinite and free. Oh shit! Giovanni just skipped fucking a gajillion numbers, going straight to 99,999. Oh goddamn! We've busted out scientific notation. Scientific notation in the chat. That's 1.2 e to the 6th. It's a very big number. Oh god. Oh god. I'm being shot. Nope. Sucks to suck. Ow. Ow. Okay, what the fuck? That did 0 damage? We were just throwing out numbers. Holy shit. Ooh, we're just shooting at each other. Nice. Oh, do you kill me? Do you kill me? Oh, you don't. That means I kill you. Fuck you, Robin. I think I degunned that man. Pretty sure he's degunned. Yep, he's self-destructing. GG. Fucking goddamn. 9 to the power of 9 to the power of 9. I don't think 9 to the power of 9 to the power of 9 is going to be bigger than 8.72 e to the 9th. You're wrong about bots not having blueprints since Christmas Raid. There's bots with Ravager parts only, but 5-digit lobbies. 10.2 e to the 100. I think the count to 100 got derailed. You skipped 100 a while ago. Holy shit. Like 100 is so far in the rearview mirror. Like some of these numbers are in the septillions. Anyway. Alright, it looks as though this build can function. Ooh. Did that expand my storage? I think it did. Pretty sure it did. Tree to the 3. Tree to the 50. Alright, so it looks as though this does work. I'm willing to call it good on this one for now. This will replace the one that I currently have up there. I will miss this build. This build, I just like the way it looked. Oh shit, I can't take this down yet. I gotta put all the freaking decals back on it. Fudge! Man, there's so many decals on this. Fine. Wait a minute. It's also using a different, using forest green. Hold on, forest mimicry. There we go. Quickly save this. What do you think? Mateus wants the budget brick. Oh, I think I owe Mateus a budget brick. Fuck. Give me a second. Let me think. I need to think of a name. Eh. We're just gonna go with the touch for now. And we're going to check our exhibition, see if we have a spot for it, which I believe we don't. We do, we have one. We'll throw it up there. We don't need overpin any longer. We're going to redo overpin, so we don't need this. All right. So someone said something to the tune of blah, 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 let me do the thing. Very well. 10 to the 273rd is Nana. No, okay, look, I know what a nonillion is. This is trillion. Secret Just Racer says x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Hold on, give me a second. I know this one. I actually do know this one. Oh, brain. I'm just tired. 12. It's the quadratic formula moment. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. The number of times you need to use the quadratic formula in life is based directly on the amount of times you is inversely proportional to the amount of sex you will have. I don't mean to be that guy, but it's true. And this is coming from someone who recognized the quadratic formula, just so we're on the same page. I'm like, wait a minute. I remember that. I remember that from back when I was not having sexual intercourse. I'm like, oh, wait. I remember that. All right. So, someone said budget brick build. So, what are we using for weapons? I mean, most often people are going to say fire or shotguns. Wait, French fries says 9 to the power of 9 to the power of 9 has 369,000 digits. Basically, we'll just go 370,000 digits. Tell you what, here's how you know you start getting into digits that are really, really big, by the way. It's when they have a name. So, an example of a digit with a name would be an aleph null. So, we'll go with that and just shit on all of your numbers. All your numbers, you just got completely annihilated. So, goblins? Do I have? I have gremlins. I have 3 goblins and a gremlin. I mean, I could do that. We want Thunderbolts Jawbreaker. We can do that. Damn me for not having a freaking fused Jawbreaker. Ugh, why do I do this to myself? So for those of us who are unfamiliar with infinity, infinity is considered to be very large. However, it is true that not all infinities are created equal. And it was the identification of the fact that some infinities are larger than other infinities that led to the discovery or the concept of what aleph null is. There's something known as countable infinity, and that's also known as the small infinity. And there's something known as uncountable infinity, and this is known as the large infinity. Infinity is not a real number, and aleph null, however, is. Infinity is because again, it's the word is infinitely many, right? You say there's an infinitely many number of numbers. You don't say there's an infinite number of numbers. You say the number of numbers is infinitely many. But anyway, exactly. Infinity is not a number, it's a construct. So the idea, however, though, is that there are certain infinities, countable, which are smaller than other infinities, uncountable. An uncountable infinity is the number of numbers that exist, the number of real numbers that exist between the number 0 and the number 1, right? There are more numbers between the number 0 and the number 1 than there are in infinity, right? Because the number of integers, right? So you will run out of integers, which is infinite, before you run out of numbers between the numbers 0 and 1. And that's the difference between infinities, right? You can have infinities that jam into other infinities. It's crazy shit. So hold on a second. God damn it, Mateus. You mentioned a bunch of brick mint the parameters I spelled last stream. I don't remember what that is, Mateus. Help me. You gotta help me, Mateus. I'll build it. But I need to know what the build was. Do we know what a megagon is? Can you use parts that are nearly 1-to-1 mass durability, like a mounting bracket? Only? Do you want me to only do that? Gig? And that would be... There are nearly no parts that do that, by the way, Splat. Like, there are a couple. I don't even think you could make a full build off of that. I need an Aegis, Jawbreaker, Ampere. Alright, hold on. Oop. Thunderbolts, plural, so I'm going to assume at least 2. By the way, you get your pick. Do we want durability damage spread, or do we want durability damage rate of fire? I'm going to go with rate of fire unless otherwise. Averter Chameleon. Averter. Chameleon. Seal Tamir. Wait a minute, hold on a second. A seal and a Tamir. Isn't that... Sure, we got a fused Tamir right now. And Ryen Seal. By the way, interesting story. The Ryen Seal, so far, has not yet been entirely usurped by the whatever the fuck Aquilio. The Aquilo has not replaced it. Rate of fire locked it in. Sounds good. Tiffany. Delicious, thank you.
Guess what the secret ingredient is?
Love.
No. Vanilla pudding. Clever, right?
Wait a minute, is this one of those situations where, like, the secret ingredient of Coke is Pepsi? You can't do that.
No, this is vanilla frosting, not vanilla pudding. But I put vanilla pudding in it.
That's what I just said. Anywho, love you. This is a good time to remind everyone that the Pilgrim Cabin exists. By the way, I will say something about the Pilgrim Cabin while we're here. 1, I apparently don't have one. 2, it's actually really good. So for those of us who do not know, the Pilgrim actually is very, very good. It's got great tonnage, mass limit. It used to be better because of the fact they didn't... Well, no, actually, I think it's still the same. I think it's only the Epic cabin. Yeah, it's the Epic and the Light that... Or Epic and Rare that got fucked over. So no, yeah, the Pilgrim's still good. And also, they even gave it a perk. So... A megagon is a polygon with 1 million sides. Yeah, I could see that basically being a circle. You've never seen the Pilgrim, Cool Noob? Believe it or not, the Pilgrim is not a bad cabin. It genuinely isn't. It's actually really good. But most people don't use it because I don't know. I mean, it has a couple of problems. Hold on, I actually will go over this briefly because we're here. The Pilgrim is very tall. Like, it's huge. You see how huge that is? That is very tall. You're looking at fucking 5 pins tall. To put this in perspective, this thing's supposed to upgrade into the Nova. The Nova is 4 pins tall. It is very tall. It is a very, very tall cabin. But its stats are great. Like, it's, for medium cabins, I think it's the 4th heaviest medium. I used to use the Pilgrim all the time back in the old days for weapon behind cabin builds. Yeah. Bluebird, it's like, yes, I am. Hold on. Look, yes, you technically go Pilgrim, Quantum, Nova, or whatever, but the idea is that but neither the Quantum. Here, look. Not the Quantum. It used to be the Quantum. It's the. God damn it, now I have to look. Photon. So the Photon is also 4 pins high, by the way. Like, it's one of the. Like, seriously, the Pilgrim is one of the tallest cabins in the game. It's like a heavy cabin. It's somewhat. Look. I'll tell you, it's a little bit difficult to build with, but it's a very, very good medium cabin. I'm just recommending that people give it a try. Don't just write it off as trash. Oh, Kitty's so tired. She woke up from her nap and now she's like, "What's going on?" That's right. The world is still here, little cat. Mew. Oh, she's about to tell me how hard life is. So hard. Yeah. How'd the Omnibox get to be uh, even get to be mentioned? Omnibox. We didn't talk about the Omnibox. Oh, just because of the fact it's tall. Yeah. So believe it or not, the Omnibox. I've got words to say about that thing. I'm debating on whether or not these should be offset or they shouldn't be offset. The Omnibox is like a Minecraft villager. By the way, as a very minor aside, the Omnibox is available under this crafting thing, and it's actually a very good Omnibox. So if you're like me, and you have the Omnibox from the original Battle Pass, that Omnibox is actually shit. I hate to say it, we all know it, but it's actually not good. This one is actually good. Mass, max speed, power. It's a thumbs up all the way. Great. So you might be wondering, how is the original Omnibox fused? Garbage like. The original Omnibox is fused for mass. That's all right. Time to self-destruction. Garbage. Cabin tonnage. It's just disappointing. So cabin tonnage is just your active tonnage. So it means you need less wheels or less hovers, but it's bad. Genuinely bad. So if you have the extra money and have the extra parts, etc., I clearly did pick up the Omnibox pass. Can we go back to how cardboard can't say Thyrsus for me? This is the Susgun. Listen, it's either Thyresis or Theresis or whatever. I don't know how it's pronounced. And this is also true. I don't care. I don't care. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed to care. I want to care, but I just don't. Anybody here play a game called League of Legends? But the line that I just said was actually Jinx's line, where she says, "I want to care, just don't." You forgot to mention the cheetah. I mean, that's pretty urgent. Here's the thing I don't understand. Why would there be a cheetah? I mean, the cheetah would be to refresh the chameleon. Fair enough, we could do that. Averter or Omamori. This is a budget build. So, budget build means we're currently at 4K power score. I'm assuming that what we're trying to come out of here with is not a very high power score build. That's the assumption. We'll see how that turns out. I'm debating whether or not we want to attempt to avert armor pieces that are on the side. It's doable, but barely. Like, you can jam these together because of the fact that they're pretty dang small. They hate each other, but you can do it. Not averting the cabin. We're not averting the cabin, no. Sputnik, what are you saying? Can I stick the Horo on it? Talking about? No idea what you're talking. You have to be more specific. Anyway, while he's doing that, we're gonna grab ourselves the carjack because we keep forgetting it. All right, so let me just think. How do we want to do this? I don't have that part yet. If it's a new structural part that came out in the pack that you're referring to, I don't have it, but not out yet. Yep, I know. It's another pay to win part. And what's really silly about that pay to win part is it's very possible that they're going to do that thing they did last time when they made a part that was that good and they were like, whoopsie, what we meant to say was get fucked. And then they fucked over everyone who bought the pack to get the part early. Yeah. This part you might not remember, it was all of the parts that had to do with the it was lunatic parts. It was the Kutach wings and the foots. These things used to have massive durability for their for everything, and they were just incredible, incredible parts. And they were like, "Whoopsie! What we meant to say was no. We didn't want to give that to you at all. Took it back. They're assholes." Going to grab a 3x if that even exists. Let me think. There's no such thing as a 3x2. Or is there? I think there's only one. I think there's only one 3x2 in the entire game, and I think it's scavengers. Pretty sure it's like this one. Yep, the only one in the game. We're going to. Dang it, if only. I really would like to have these parts on this averter if possible. Because it would be just. It would be great. But we're not going to be able to do it. Basically, anything that is less than basically every 100 Dura that you have, you get 30 more hit points. So I'm just thinking of what I want to have, like basically 30 hit points, but I don't think there's anything to match that level of intensity. What's your favorite thing to do on Halloween? My favorite thing is to hand out candy and say Merry Christmas. Can we talk about how the max range hacker in Mechabellum is OP? It's not OP because you still have to deal a lot of damage to your opponent, so you're not going to be hacking two things that are too strong. I was thinking array wheels as well to get this thing moving. Yeah, probably. I was considering array wheels because they're cheap and this is a lower power score build. So I think that if we're going to talk about Mechabellum, just a moment, if you guys would allow me to. The problems with Mechabellum is that everything is range. Range is everything, everything is range. So, that's all. That's all I want to say about Mechabellum. It's just to keep us on track that because we're playing the old crossy outy here. Now, where do I keep the RN seal? Tic-tac-toe fits the game better than crossout. I don't know if that's true. You know, in all of your, I don't know about encountering hackers in crossout. I don't know. I feel like it would be stupid of me to say that there are no hackers in crossout. I feel that would be dumb. The guns got jammed. Why? What are you doing? Why are you getting jammed? Hmm. Too close to the cabin. You're probably right. No, it's a pin away. Hmm. The tube thing on the inside of the snowplow. Damn these guns. This is one of the advantages that the Mace has over the Thunderbolt. Oh, kitten's mewing at me. He wants food so badly. Oh, she fell asleep while mewing. Adorable. This might also, it could be one of those intended nerfs. She's falling asleep and she's falling out of her kitty bed. Life is so hard. All right. There you go. This kitty woke up just to eat food and go to sleep. Use a slope. APC roof instead of container door. Hold on. Let's go through the slopes. Strength and slope is not going to work. We're going to go with the sharpest slope of these, which is the tank side part. Like it's tank side part it is. Can we give this brick a top hat? And then we'll call it Mr. Square. I don't want to do this because it's stupid, but I'm going to do this. We're going to tie this this. Okay, we're going to grab this, put it back. When she's hungry, she sits in front of Cardboard Ninja and says mew so we can pick her up and put her next to her food. You love the 88s? Gun mount or spaced armor? Oh my god, the days. You guys remember way back in the day? I want to put stuff here. Hold on, let me check my power score. 5k? Okay, we're still good. We're way good. My god. The unkillable gun mount hovers. Oh man. Do you guys remember what were those called? If you guys remember the builds where people were running around using what was it called? They were using parsers. It was 3 parsers on any light cabin with a 7-pin space away from 3 gun mounts on the back. So they drove away from you, and basically all of your damage disappeared into nothing. And then they would like peek back at you every now and again and shoot off one of your guns. You guys remember that? Ah, the 7-pin rule. No, actually, I don't believe I was around for when frames gave Dura. Was that a thing? Did they make it so frames could give durability at one point? Why would they do that? Dang it. Aw, this kitty's walking at me. He wants to be hugged. Mew mew. Oh, and she's free. Yes, actually, for those of us who forgot, that's actually true. So, the 10-pin rule, which is what it is now, does exist. Oh, this black kitty decided to eat food. Then, after eating food and is all juiced up, go attack our other cat. She's literally in the middle of a fight to the death with the other cat. What a fucking asshole. This cat is such a fucking asshole. I love it. Nope. Alright, we just need to drop something there. We need to drop something there that is sloped. There's only one thing that I can think of, and I don't think it's going to work. It's a Steppenwolf part. This part. Hold on. There's another part. It's the scavenger. Wow, if literally anything goes there, it loses its mind. Alright, fine. Normal structure parts now have the same Dura to power score as frame ratio as frame builds. Interesting. Make Omni wheels great again. Here's an idea. They should make them good in the first place. For everyone that's curious, when Crossout first came out, scavenger structure piece with 100 power score only gave you 9 Dura. That's why frame builds are so popular, huh? Can you explain how power works on hovers and how it affects the acceleration? Yeah, I could. Alright. I'll try and be very brief. I'll explain acceleration in a nutshell while I get these wheels on. Acceleration does get affected by power. The more power you have, the faster you accelerate. However, and I just had to get that out of the way. That was just a preamble. It's just to get that out of the way. However, and this is also true, acceleration is mostly determined by your cabin's top speed. Your cabin top speed determines more about your acceleration than anything. And in fact, as another aside, we're just going to go all arrays, I guess. With this one, the type of cabin you have also determines cabin top speed. So, what does that mean? Try placing the generator under the cabin. What? Why would I do that? Can't even hit my generator. A gen safe, baby. Can you explain how damage reduction and resistance works? Shut up. Shut your ass. You fucking piece of shit. I don't know why I do this. Why do I go to the trouble of explaining this stuff to you guys? You guys go and flip me shit. Anywho, so because of the fact that acceleration is more or less determined by your top speed, power, while it is important and getting more power does help you accelerate, it doesn't help you as much as increasing or changing your cabin out for a better cabin. So let's continue along those lines for this explanation. Why is it then, if power does not have as great an effect on your acceleration as top speed, then why does everyone always, fuse and refuse over and over again until they get power fused cabins? And that's actually rather simple. The reason why is because once you have the correct cabin, am I drunk here? This is clearly offset, right? No. Once you have the correct cabin type, the only thing that you can do to affect your top speed is get more power. That's basically the reason. So if you have a hover and you're already using a light cabin and you already picked your light cabin and you're ready to rock with your light cabin, then the only thing in the entire game that you can do to make your hover move faster or accelerate more quickly is get more power. You've already locked it in. You're already using, let's say, the Catalina, right? So you've already got the thing. So if that's it, then the only way that you can possibly move faster, the only way in the entire game to move faster then is to increase your power. So power will affect your acceleration minorly. And this is the reason why that heavy cabins, regardless of how much power they have, and you'll look, right? And you'll take a look at heavy cabins and be like, wow, these things should be accelerating like fucking bullets. Like, what is this? Look at this cabin power. The cabin power is full, right? Even on the trucker, the cabin power is amazing. The icebox, the cabin power is full. But on the Hadron, it's not full. And on the Catalina, it's like half. So these things have less power. So then if power affects acceleration, why don't these things accelerate? So it's because of the cabin top speed combined with the cabin type. Heavy cabins have the shittiest acceleration in the entire game. They're by design. Even if you get a heavy cabin that would have a top speed of 70 kilometers, it would accelerate more slowly than a medium cabin with 70 kilometers an hour top speed. They just accelerate slower. Period. And what's really interesting is if you put more power on the medium cabin will accelerate faster than the heavy cabin with the same power boosts. Can you explain the ratio of fused relics and getting bitches? Alright, so it goes like this. If you have a fused relic, you will get 0 bitches ever in your entire life. You will never, you're never gonna, you've dedicated too much time to one thing. You've made the decision, you've looked at your life and said, the thing that I want is not intercourse, the thing that I want is relics. You've made that decision, you've come to the conclusion that that's what you want in life, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to choose that over intercourse with a female. And that is how you identify whether or not you have relics that are fused. Pretty straightforward. It's just pretty straightforward. This is the most unfinished back end, by the way. There's no I didn't complete it at all. It's just we got to finish this. Cool Noob says, I have neither. Don't worry, Cool Noob. If you don't have any relics, there might be bitches in your future. Front wheels is 1 pin forward and the right. Damn it! Thank you. This looks even. You're probably right. It's probably not. No. Is it? Pretty sure that's better now. Yes, friendship money.
Love you.
Targum gives you free kisses and hugs personally if you fuse your relics. They're trying to sell affection. Okay. So basically all the people in the top clans are virgins playing video games. Listen, here's the deal. I don't mean to be that guy. But yes, obviously, like...
You're being really mean about the nerds today.
No, I'm not being mean about nerds. Listen, this is a fact. Everyone here knows this. You're not out there slaying the puss. My apologies. You're not out there slaying the hoo-ha. And also doubling down on relics. Like, what? Listen, honey, I know that for you, you're different. And when I told you that I had this, like, tons and tons of cross-out dollars, you swooned immediately and said, oh, cross-out, my favorite. But not every girl is like you. Most girls hate this crap.
It just made me realize what an alpha Chad you are.
It's true.
Just like, wow, if he's doing really well in the video game, maybe he does really well in life.
That's
and
right.
in bed.
Ooh. Keep it PG-13, baby. But yeah, no.
Is this too pink?
Chat, she's not showing me what you think she's showing me. She's showing me what appears to be some form of frosting.
Yeah.
It's a pink frosting, chat.
I think it's too...
Raven says, my woman 100% hates when I play the game. Yeah, she does. Yes, she does. Listen, here's the deal. If you find yourself the best woman in the world, she will tolerate your gaming. She will not. She will never like it. Never.
Because then I can listen to you talk while I do stuff in the kitchen.
See?
The kitchen is my office.
She will tolerate it. That's the best you're going to get. And you know what? That's all right.
Yeah, no, you should definitely give her more attention. Oh my gosh, I don't know how much you give her, but you should probably give her more.
I once worked at a place, I can't tell you where it was, but it was a place. And everybody there, we were dudes, because it's just, you know, a work, it's a job site, it's work, right? And it was funny because this guy had made a joke about, oh, the only thing you need to do to make a woman happy is give her money. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I've been giving my woman money this entire time, and she fucking is always pissed. And his answer was, you're not giving her enough? That's true. Anyway.
Enjoy the pink frosting?
No, I'm good, thank you. So the cool noob says, unless you find a woman who also plays video. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. You never want to date a woman, ever, who plays video games. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't have to believe me. And you probably don't. You're probably thinking in your brain, no, it would be great. It won't be great. It will not be good. It will be bad. It will be the opposite of great. It will not be what you expect. It's gonna suck. You're gonna hate it. And you might be wondering, what? Cardboard Ninja? Why? Why would it be bad? It's a woman who plays video games. So what most people think, and this is not true, this is just general relationship advice. Yes, we're going into general relationship advice. So if you're not interested in that, now's the time to Alt F4 out of this conversation. But just general relationship. You should not try and find someone who likes the same things as you. That's bullshit. I've found that is never the case. It is never the case that finding someone who likes dogs because you like dogs is why you should date, right? You should find someone, or at least attempt to find someone who likes you for you and who you like for them. And the reason why you want to aim for that is actually very simple. Because you want to like them. You want to spend time with them. You want to do stuff with them, right? That's the point. That's what you should be aiming for in a relationship. You shouldn't be aiming for, oh, well, she liked potatoes and I liked potatoes. Ah, that's fucking stupid. Do you have any idea how long your interest of potatoes is going to fucking last? Not going to last very fucking long. And as another minor aside, I did date a woman at one point in time in my life who was into video games. And I'm going to tell you this right now. While that relationship I assumed had the most promise based on what we all believe to be true, which is, oh, dating someone who you have interest in, blah, 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 it was fucking awful. It was fucking terrible. That relationship sucked ass. Here's an idea, guys. Have you ever been told what to do by a woman? Of course you have. If you've been in a relationship, of course you have. Have you ever been told what to do by a woman in a video game? No. It doesn't feel very good. Doesn't feel very good at all. So, that's all. You do not want a woman who you want a woman who tolerates your interests, not necessarily shares your interests. Tolerance is the best that you should aim for. Because if she tolerates your interests, it means that she likes you. Or she even loves you. And that's more than enough. But I'll tell you this right now, holy shit. Being told what to do in a video game, it's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know how to play the video. Why is it that heavy cabins have more torque in wheels, even though mid cabins are just more effective with their power? So the one thing that heavy cabins get with their power is that sweet torque. That's the one thing they actually do walk out of the gate with. So pushing or pulling or anything like that, if you crash into your opponent, right? All that good stuff. Heavy cabins actually are superior. So, but the thing is, you've got to get to that point. Anybody who remembers the old crossout would remember that heavy cabins could be neutered immediately and forever, though. Ugh, it was bad. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get rid of this. This. We're just gonna put this here. And if you guys are wondering what I mean by neutered immediately and forever, heavy cabins had a problem where wedges were a huge problem. Wedge crossout could have been renamed wedge out with the number of wedges that you got fucking slapped under your dick. Crazy stuff. Very rarely do you have an opportunity to use the metal box. So I highly suggest that when that opportunity arises, grab a radio. I'm looking for an engineer piece. What is it called? Like van something. Not the off-road side. Like the only piece that would fit here. If the common interest prevents you from getting along with 95% of the dating pool, it's a good idea to find girls with a common interest. I cannot imagine that ever happening to you. I'm gonna tell my woman in caveman voice, me Raven, me like lift heavy, me play crossout to likey lots, kill reg players with gremlins and whirls. You're gonna get all the ladies, Raven. No, hold on a second. You think that that's the case, and you might be right, but not if she likes you. Listen, there's an interesting misconception about women. There are many, actually, now that I think about it. But actually, we are going to use that bumper. This Harate is going to be used. It's just not going to be used right here. It's going to be used on top of this. As long as a girl likes you, you can more or less do whatever. I hate to be the one who tells you guys. But, like, you can do stupid things. You can say stupid things. You can be silly. And as long as the girl actually likes you, not a problem. You know your crossout teammates are bad when a dude in a toilet art build brings your entire team to their knees. Then now you know you're playing crossout, though. If she doesn't emotionally manipulate you, though, is she really the one? Joking, of course. I don't know if women can help that. That is the way. We need a thing here, and I'm trying to think of what that could be. That is a terrible part. I don't want to do that. There has to be a part that fits here that I want here. I do want this, but it's too tall. It needs to be shorter. This could do. We lose respect for you fast if you let us emotionally manipulate you. She's right. Listen to Friendship Bunny. Dang it, I kind of wanted to use that part too. I don't think there is a part that's going to fit here. I'm looking for what amounts to an L shape, but a very short L shape, and I don't think there is one. So what we're going to do is we're going to bumper it up. make it flat. That gives us a 2 by across. We could century line this. Invert century line. It's not terrible. We need to put things in the front. Ow, orange kitty. Hello, orange kitty. Oh. This budget build is taking forever. I don't want this to just be the front because it's not a bumper. We need to put a bumper on this, and we need to put melee on this. Damn it, orange cat. Too low. Whoops, undo that. I can always tell when this orange cat is hungry. She gives me very subtle hints by jumping directly up onto the chair and looking directly in my face. Very subtle. We're gonna grab Dawn's Children radiators. These are, or sorry, they're heat sinks or something. They're broken radiators. There we go. We're sitting at 2.4k hit points. Not bad. Honestly tempted to try Yao Guai Ghost build, then switch to the weapon that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce to cope with the Ryen. Wait, Regal, were you successful in defeating those Ryen builds? Oh, orange. How are you doing? How about the classic Gessen plus Twin Blade Wing setup? That's a classic. Oh. Oh. I like it. We're just going to go with the Gessen Twin. Why not? Well... This isn't gonna work here. We gotta do something else. We need something that gives so many hit points, though. We need a thing that is hilarious. We're doing it. We are doing it. We're gonna grab catheters because it's funnier this way. Bang. Shouldn't work, but it's gonna. If this is gone, that will still stay. Fucking genius. Averter on the cabin, says French Fries. I mean, the issue with the averter on the cabin is then the averter's not on both guns. I'll listen to your plea. Like, do you want me to try and linearize these guns? Remember, it's only 30% more hit points. Let's give this one a go while we're here. Screw it. While we're young, chat. This budget brick build actually isn't looking too terrible after just a little bit of work. I want to put some slope on the front. Hold on. I want to put a slope right around here on either side just to make that transition better. But other than that, this is looking good. 2 a.m. cardboard stream goes hard. Damn straight, Chimera. Worlds can hit 9999 on the damage meter now? What now? Friendship Bunny is coming in hot. I can hear her running now. She's on her way.
Honey.
She's almost here.
Something horrible just happened.
What's going on?
You know the kitten keeps getting in the refrigerator?
What happened?
I didn't notice.
What happened?
Well, the kitten got in the refrigerator and I closed it and I didn't notice that I did that, and then I opened it and the kitten was there.
And she was fine?
Yeah, she's okay, but that was so weird.
Alright, so everything's fine, chat. Nothing happened.
No, but it could have happened. We could have woken up with a dead kitten in the refrigerator in the morning.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god. That's like my nightmare. Oh no.
Use the snow cutters side by side the guessin'.
He means the gas gen.
No, he doesn't. He means the guessin'. Snow cutters.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm glad nothing happened, chat. I don't think the cat's food. You would be right. Oh my god. What is this guy doing? Jagruda. Look at this guy. What an asshole. What is this, 7K? He's trying to bring this gun all the way down. Oh my god. Oop. Now, unfortunately, I'm not using the right cabin. Or the right man. We're going to cloak it up. The guy that I should be using for this is a different co-driver. Do you, Nikki Bot? I should be using the invisible co-driver to go faster. We've got to hunt down this guy. Oh, I'm dead. Unfortunate, chat. The Beacon 11 experience. So, Mr. Pin is firing at everybody who doesn't have guns. That's not smart. You know, this guy's actually a really good shot. If he decided to aim at that player's cabin, he would have been able to just kill him. Alright, so a couple of things to fix. The slope works. Let's just say that just straight up dead ass, it just works. And I'm happy with that. That fender could go there. It might just be that fender though. Hold on. Yeah, someone had a Ryen. How does that not attach to the cabin? Oh, the cabin doesn't go there. Fine, we're just gonna go with the truck fenders. Off topic, low power score droners got to be the most cancer-inducing things, probably. How about you try those 3x3x2 parts? They're in the engineers faction. Use the snow cutters. Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen, what exactly do you want me to do with these snow cutters exactly? I'm assuming you want something like this. The Torino fenders? 3x3x2. The off-roader side parts? That looks goofy AF. God damn you assholes. The other ones... You want me to use the off-road corners? This is what we want? Are we sure this is what we want? We want... Hold on a second. Secret Jet Racer says side by side with the Gessen. So he doesn't even want these twin blade wings used. It looks better in my head. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if there's a way to get this dream reality so we can find out whether or not this is doable. Is this what you want? What are we looking at here? I need to know what we're looking at. They're uneven? It doesn't fucking matter. It looks crazy. Actually, no, these are not uneven. They're the exact same. They're in the exact correct position. They just look ugly. Flip them? Alright. Is this what we're after? All this extra bulk so the averter may practice social distancing from the cabin. We're gonna have to start over from scratch. Burn it. This ain't it, my guy. What do you mean this ain't it? This is a pretty budget build, though. We're up to 7K. Now, swap the cutters. Am I even using cutters? Okay. Oh, you want these snow cutters inverted? I think this looks somehow even goofier. Ugh. This ain't cooking. It's burning. Jesus Christ. What in tarnation are we even looking at? It doesn't even fit. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's go with what works. Twin blade wings work. We scooped people. We're going to continue along those lines. Use those for armor. Two Thunderbolts at 7k, yeah. Do you think two Thunderbolts at 7k isn't enough French fries? Oh, shit, hold on. We're gonna try something dangerous. The top speed now, 76 versus what? 73? Yeah. Put those long, thin APC parts on the front. I could. I do need a recycling bin. We've mentioned this a couple times.
Oh, get a cat litter box. Oh, you know what? They're selling those $5 buckets.
Ooh.
I could use a new bucket.
We're just gonna lazy this one. Let's go. Thunder's perk shot has some tight spread, or am I imagining it? The Thunderbolts perk is not tightening the spread. The Thunderbolts perk is damage increase up to a bonus of 100%. Unironically, that scavenger bumper in the cabin made it bad. Looked like it had a bad emo fade. It does. I see it now. It's funny to me. The kitten and the chair are enemies. Love it. The kitten has found yet another thing to engage in Mortal Kombat that doesn't fight back. Shocking no. Paint? Alright.
Use one that I
Green chrome?
No.
No, that's what I'm being called out to do. Do I have green chrome? I think I do. Green chrome. Bang. Can't go wrong with some of that sweet, sweet lemon smoke. Oh, Friendship Bunny wants to complain about something that nobody here gives a damn about.
Oh, I have a lot of frosting tips.
No. The sad part is that you won't be able to. There it is. Let's paint every single part a different color. Let's put more effort into making the build look ugly than into making the build. This build looks like the unopened 7-Up can I had sitting on my desk for like 3 days now. Make every part look like a crappy Google slideshow gradient background. Jesus Christ. Remember, you guys wanted me to make this build. I didn't want to make... I didn't come here today to make this build. You guys were like, hey, you owe me this build. Remember that. Cold Flames? Do I have Cold Flames? A paint job so bad it lagged the stream. Oh shit, we got someone rocking triple spike. We've got someone rocking what appears to be trash. Don't worry, I know the King Mine isn't technically bad, but it is. We did it, chat. My team is flipping over. They can't handle driving straight. We're in trouble. They can't handle the pressure of driving straight. We're gonna avoid this guy. We got someone dropping mines. Give this guy the finish that he wants. I think this guy... Nope, he didn't. Oh, that's gonna suck. Unfortunate. We did all right. Oh my god. Kenneth out-damaged us, and the rest of my team 36-97. Oh god. Oh man. What do you think of wannabe Tusk builds using the cockpit cabin and stacking cutters and eagles in the front? Well, come here. Those builds tend to be poor. You have a limited amount of, like, even if you're using a Tusk, you have a limited amount of ammunition. That ammunition is your life. But in those other builds, you can lose your ramming devices very easily. I think that those are for fun, and I don't think that they're for real. I don't think they're very strong either. Especially considering if they're using cutters, you know. Casual teammate shenanigans. I did my job. I went in there, I stripped one guy of his guns. I removed one of the machine guns on the machine gun hover. I killed a dude. I did my job. My team, on the other hand, well, they didn't do anything. Copium. Look, I already called it out at the start, remember? If anybody remembers, I was calling out what my teammates were using. Someone was using a King Mine Layer. He wasn't using a dedicated mine layer like that other guy, who had 4. Our guy only had 2 in the front. So, I don't know what the rest of his build was. Speaking of booster ammo. I wish they'd bring it back for the regular and expanded ammo pack. Yeah, that'd be nice. I remember back when I played Clan Wars, there was a time where we saw a boosted Tusk build in clan battles. Oh shit. How long ago was that? Oh, hello, the rest of my team who didn't help me shoot to kill that guy. Amazing. What brings you here? The hell's up with that guy? Now you want to go bake banana bread? I don't know, Kamira. I haven't seen a Cyclone meta yet. Just so we're on the same page, if you looked at the team, I really do want to point this out. All of Crossout is in, unless you're on like the consoles, is an 8v8. So against that one guy, there was a 3v1 that was established. I set myself up to take damage, pinned him to a wall, shot him. There were two more of my allies who were right nearby who made the decision to, instead of helping me fight that guy, fail to kill another guy. And so that guy, who we were talking about who casually stripped me, should have been pinned to a wall and killed. But it didn't happen. For some reason, the teammates just they didn't show up. So there's nothing that can be done there. Interesting. So every single match, you just have an assload of cyclones? Hmm. Like, I haven't seen very many cyclones, like, even to here and now, right? This guy's using caucuses. This guy's using what appears to be just standard cannons. Dave is a bot. This guy's using... Oh no, he's noob. We'll go after Escobar, maybe. It looks like he's using grenades. And apparently melee. I guess we'll just have to drive away from him. Is that another grenade launcher? What the fuck? Oh, bot. Hmm. Oh. This little black kitty laid down on the ground in front of me. She wants to up her bed, but she's not strong enough. There she goes. Now she's in bed. We won once out of 5 matches with this build, therefore it is viable. No, we have won once out of 4. 1 out of 4 so far. We'll see if we can bring it to 2 out of 5. Again, I'm just hesitant to go and put the stamp of approval on the busted category for a weapon yet. The Ryen hasn't been in the game for very long. Though I will say that for lower power scores, usually whenever anyone drags a super weapon into a lower power score, it is particularly brutal. Sorry for coughing. So it could be just that people aren't aware of how to fight it yet. I don't know. Like, again, like, this particular build is not going to be good against the Ryen. And here's the reason why. It's because I'm using, what is it, Weapon Lock Thunderbolts. So I can't aim down, as I'm sure all of you guys have noticed. If I could aim down, I wouldn't be aiming at their gun, I'd be aiming at their cabin. But I don't get a choice, right? So, Ryen getting you down? Wait a minute, hold on a second. Ryen... Gaijin, coincidence? Clearly. I could use gremlins. Is Bjorgus trying to freaking lance somebody? When tacklers came out, they were really, really good. No lie, that's true. You guys probably weren't tacklers used in CW? Do you, Alexis? Wait, there's a guy alive? Oh, Olivia bot. Did I lose my... No, I didn't. Screw you, Olivia Bot. Whoa. Wow. My friend on PlayStation got dual waltzes, and we were curious to see if it works with step spiders. Spoiler, it didn't. Yes, it does. Waltzes do work with step spider, Mateus. Hold on. Here, I'll prove it. First, we're going to hold this for just a moment. We're going to do this as simple as possible. Waltzes do need a damage buff, but we're just going to grab any frame, any cabin that we know doesn't have any effect on the waltz. And there we go. And we're going to fire the waltz from here, and we're just going to see how long it takes to get to that target. There you go. About a second and a half. Like, you'll even be able to see how, like, if you pay very close attention, you'll even see the spiral be tighter and faster. See? Like, the best way to look at this is the spinniness of the actual weapon. Like, you can actually see it spin less. Do you see how it's jerking around in circles? Look at this. 1, 2. You basically can see it how rapidly it spins. It makes about 3 rotations before reaching the target in the distance. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to tell. Well, it's not hard to tell. You just have to count, and I don't want to, but I'll just do it. Why not? We're here. Also, one of the minor notes is it's a smaller cabin, so nothing. 1, 2, 3. So basically it does about 2 on that one. Or 2 full rotations. One. It only does 1 rotation. Like, it's clearly faster. Like, significantly faster. 1, almost 2, maybe. The waltz does need a durability nerf buff. Actually, the waltz needs a lot of things. Waltz, not so good. I sold my remedies and blight for a humpback guardian leg build. It was fun until I realized the leg speed is lying to you completely. And by the way, Mateus, the waltz needs to not spin at all. That's what the waltz needs. The waltz needs to fire 3 rockets, not 3 freaking, like, spinny, like, Uzamadoodles that may or may not clear the ground. I've had that happen where I've been aiming at someone and I'm like, I have to aim really high, or the rocket itself is going to spiral into the ground. I'll aim really high, or at least what I assume is really high, and it'll still spiral into the ground. And that's a problem. The Helicon is just a better waltz, and by a better, I mean the good version of the waltz. It's phenomenal, just so you know. Should I get crickets and a step spider? Depends how much money you have, Mira. And yeah, Mateus, legs going uphill is just torture. It's insane how shit the waltz is compared to the Helicon. It is. They are. It is insane. I would honestly say, truthfully, the waltz is about a third as good as a Helicon. Like, if you have 2 Helicons, that's about the equivalent of 6 waltzes. Not in damage, but in effectiveness. Because of all the work that you've got to do to get your shots to hit, because of all of the bullshit that's involved in that. It's just so bad. So yeah, I'd say they're about a third as effective as they should be. Damn it, Robert Bot. There should be a guy here. Where's that guy? There should have been a guy here. They need to refix. They need to put the AI back the way it was for cannon bots. Holy shit. Cannon bots are terrible right now. Wow. I just drove straight into that fucking wall. Tachi players exist? Yes. Was someone using the Tachi in this match? I think that guy's just screwed in the corner. What's really interesting is what they did not to the Tachi, but to the Tempura. Are specters stronger than aspects? No. No, they're not. I think snowfalls have always been good, by the way. Regardless of their energy drain, actually, I think snowfalls have actually always been just a powerful weapon. Their reload is annoying, but they're pretty strong. I hate how movement parts and their perks are not bound to your movement. Birds aren't real? What? Hovers still don't have any perk. They're in desperate need of one? Eh? Eh? I think hovers do have a perk. I think hovers are they ignore the terrain to a degree. For hovers, is mass acceleration a good fusion? Yes, that's a perfect fusion. For those of us who are wondering, you want something that looks like this. There are other options. As long as you have the acceleration efficiency, you're good. But you could theoretically have durability. The only reason why that's an option is because that works with the Colossus. But by and large, this is a perfect fusion. Yes, ding dong. It's same for 4s and 7s. It's always gonna you always want acceleration efficiency. In fact, if you're fusing legs, you also want legs for acceleration efficiency as well. It's not as noticeable, but it's still important. Giovanni says the hover perk is being the best movement perk. Snowfalls require projectile speed. You know, I think you might be right. Snowfalls have an insane drop. Just set hovers back to 90 kilometers an hour top speed. Listen, here's the deal. I don't think you guys have noticed this, so I'll just come out and say it. Wait, what power score is Brian? Brian's 7.9k, and he's got 3 Thunderbolts. Fuck you, Brian Bot. One of the things that you may or may not have noticed is they cycle the meta based on hovers. So what will end up happening is they will say, oh, what we want to do is have people use hovers now. And so when they make the decision that people are going to use hovers, they then increase hover movement speed to 100 kilometers an hour, 105 kilometers or 90 kilometers an hour. They do whatever they want, you know. They just make it nuts and get people onto hovers. And then they go, whoopsie, what we meant to say was not that. And then they nerf hovers into the ground. They set it to like 60 kilometers an hour, 70 kilometers an hour, and then people stop using hovers, and then they're like, well, that's now people are no longer using hovers. We're gonna, you know, change the meta up again. So this is how meta shifts work. That's what they do. They've been doing it for years. Who the heck is Moppy Line? Oof, that sucked. Should have driven through that fire. No, you don't. Get that shit back in that fire, bitch. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Yep. Enjoy that fire. This is a good slope. Alright, this guy's gotta go. Ow. Ow. Helga, no, you bitch! It's up to you, Florence. Hopefully your relic weapon will be enough. Was that a wyvern at 7k? Come on, use that relic weapon. Shoot it. Shoot that relic weapon, baby. Come on. Yes! Florence, baby! Oh my god. Thanks, Splattercake. Good to know. This wedge do be wedging, though. Is that why they nerfed Omnis to the ground, too? I think they nerfed... I don't know. Their decisions to nerf Omni wheels, their decisions to nerf all wheels, their decisions are their decisions. They make their decisions based on what I assume is some form of monkey and a dartboard. Bots have the right DPS for their power score with the Italian hand motion. Okay. Listen, I truly do believe that bots need to have their accuracy returned, or at least their AI reset to what it was about a month ago. Or actually now it's been busted for a little bit, 4 months ago. If you tilt your build, you get better fire angles, yes. If you're talking about this particular build, yes. If I actually use smaller wheels in the front, this would give it a downward tilt, and then I'd be able to fire down at enemies. But it would mean that my guns would be slightly more vulnerable. I'm fine with it this way. After all, I'm not exactly working on a hyper meta. This is supposed to be some budget build. True, you wouldn't be able to shoot backwards, but that's alright. Bring back matchmaking power score roofs. Are we referring to the update where they're going to come out with a 3 energy generator? We invented a problem and now we're solving it. Which is literally what they did and are doing, by the way. They invented the problem of there not existing a 3 energy generator. And so the number doesn't go straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever the fuck. Instead it goes 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they can't have that. That's a problem that they see needs to be fixed. Oh shit, this is a Lancer. That guy's out of lances, so we're just gonna go to the next guy. Damn, Christopher Bot. Go, Christopher Bot, go, no! My momentum! Look at this. I feel like I'm going up this hill with legs. Alright, we're just gonna have to turn around. This is the problem with heavy cabins. You got no minimum. Do it, Dominic, you bitch. Did that gun just disappear? It's supposed to come explode and come flying off, whatever. But what if instead I ram you and then drive away? Huh. You die like a bitch. You're gonna have to move it. No, no, Utah Raptor. What the fuck? Dude, get the frick. My build is broken. I can't move. Then get out of the way. They should make an 11 energy generator. Ugh. The only reason I groan is because, of course, they'd make an 11 energy generator after everyone purchased and obtained their 10 energy generators. I know Dominic has been degunned because I degunned him. Steady. Steady. A little more damage on that high explosive. Damn it! A flurry of fucking missiles. They're gonna make a heavy 11 energy generator. Guarantee. Guarantee it? Maybe. The 11 energy generator will require a Ryen to craft. You're not thinking smart enough. The 11 energy generator is going to require 2 Athenas to craft. Now you're thinking with money. Let's money this bitch up. Don't you dare. I already warned you. Motherfuckers, in a video about this. I said, hey, y'all, these MFers are literally just making you pay real United States dollars for fucking everything now. And everyone's like, nah, it'll be fine. And people purchase the pack anyway. And so here we are. We now exist in a world where relics are based on fucking things you buy. The Omamori is a great example of this. Huh. Terrible shot. Excellent shot. Right in the Cargina. Is there just a guy in my asshole? Never had to ask that question before. Toes are so useless, yeah. You looked away for 5. It's at gunpoint. I gotta finish my at gunpoint stuff, guys. Ah, Wang. My shitty build, no! Don't you kill me! Woo! Uh-oh. Co-enlightenment nest on the same build. What could go wrong? I mean, the real question is, could anything go right? We've got someone slinging relics in. Okay, good. Then they are on our team. Miss. And this should be obvious, but the best gun at gunpoint is the relics. They're not close to balanced. The Ripper doesn't count. The Ripper is the best at gunpoint weapon. The heavy relic generator shall use 2 Athenas and 2 Thor 6S generators. Because of course it fucking does. You know, I actually don't dislike the way this build functions. I'm thinking of other ways around it. How much United States dollars would that be to craft? Enough to invade Crimea. Oh, too soon. So, regardless of the current state of the game with this new supergun, honestly, I do believe that this build is viable based on the match history, ignoring the at gunpoint victories that you just saw. It got far more wins than losses. I lost 3, I won 7. So, I don't know if that's a good data point or a fair data point. But I think that the shotgun fun brick still kind of functions. Not sure if this guy is trying to help me or hurt me. There's a guy right on top of me. No, he's using relics. How dare he use relics? Let's show him how to use relics. Right, Black Kitty? Oh yeah, we're killing it. Shoot him, Lil 2, whatever your freaking name is. Use your guns. Shoot this man. What are you doing? Okay, this is not good. We have this guy on our team and he is terrible. Take that, the distance. Huh. I think it's a mistake. They did buff this gun, by the way, so you can actually fire more than one shot. Greetings, Muad'Dib. Is the Devourer any good in comparison to the Reaper? So, can you go through an entire match without laying off the trigger using Reapers? That'd be a fun challenge. Yes, you can. Done that before. Oh, this kitten is trying to fall out of her bed. Poor little kitten. So, two things. The Chimera is... I'm sorry, let's go with the relics, because obviously... the Devourer. The Devourer is by far and away stronger than the Reaper. It's not even fucking close. It's not. It is almost the same, if not. It is probably a greater difference between the Waltz and the Helicon. Is a smaller distance than the Ripper. I'm sorry, than the Reaper and the Devourer. So there you go. The Devourer is a very, very, very powerful gun. I would liken the Devourer to the... Hold on. To the Kaiju. This kitten wants down. There you go, kitten. So if you're looking for a relic Kaiju, that's what you're looking at. The gun, no. Second Amendment chat. Splatty Cake, this is the at gunpoint brawl. I don't own a Ripper. Did they nerf the Chimera? I think so. Should be a guy right here. There he is. I love how this guy is just like in the way. $18 damage, baby. Give me those guns, bitch. My Second Amendment! The recoil on Devourer is very strong, yeah. The relic Kaiju be hitting different. Well, if they keep giving me Rippers, I'm gonna keep taking Rippers. This is the best gun for at gunpoint. Oh, this little black kitty's looking up at me. The black kitty, you just got out of the bed. Oh, what the fuck was that? Huge miss. Give me that shit. Goddamn, you see me playing like I'm playing goddamned MechWarrior Online. Oh, you want to fight me so badly. Oh, she just wants to fight. Mew mew. Oh, she's got so much kitten energy. Alright, well, we'll just go with the waltzes then. So, a couple things. If you didn't know, with the Devourer, the first burst, which is to say your non-special ammo burst, actually does more damage. That looked like a guy. It actually does more damage than the special damage missiles, or special damage bullets. Oh, I'm fucked. This was a mistake. These are all bad. Is a Ukrainian game. Have you heard of the new hit game called Outcross? It's like cross out, but cut me by competent non-money. Oh, Christ, no. It does more damage on paper. The explosive rounds from the perk do outdamage the regular rounds. Once again, it depends on what you're aiming for. If you're aiming to strip apart, then it doesn't. If you're aiming to blow apart a build, then it does. I know I'm being shot. I'm intentionally taking the damage in the back to protect my front gun. Is that gun still there? Alright, well, I'm on fire. Things are about to suck. Zooming in sucks. Oh shit, we won. We got him. Oh, this poor little kitty's going on a little adventure. Mew. Who's on a kitty adventure? Oh. Mew. Oh. Okay, little kitty. There you go. Go on your kitty adventure. Oh. She bopped her head. Don't bop your head, kitty. Oh, she wants to fight. Alright, I'm fighting a cat right now. Give me a second. Oh. Alright, there she goes. I feel bad for new players. I put a double Spectre build into 4K and won 12 out of 12 matches with it. Jesus. Brought, not bought. Remember, kids, don't talk to strangers unless they're a ninja made of cardboard who hates the ground. Fuck you, too. Does the kitty eat uranium? She must. Hold on. We're actually caught up on it. Caught up with at gunpoint. So imagine spending thousands of dollars in this game just to do patrol. Shit. All right. So people. Oh Jesus Christ. Yes. How did they fucking flip it? What? Oh Jesus. That's hilarious. And you can actually jump. All right, so for those of us who don't know, there is a part that exists in a new pack with that stupid new cabin that's dog shit, and the Ryen that everyone's sucking the dick of, if I can find it. Anyway, this. Do they have the. There it is. The deluxe pack comes with this. So the idea is that it's supposed to be a car that's bent around this lamppost. So they purchased this lamppost, a lot of the lampposts, and used them as fucking legs. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why did you like
Because of this, it's a dumb build. You could just.
What's wrong with it?
Really? You can't tell?
Spinning thing in front?
It's supposed to be a standard hover, but you're literally sitting on top of all those legs.
Oh, like you look like a jellyfish.
Kind of, but those aren't real legs. Those are stilts. Those are all. They're all decoration parts. And so it gives you the ability to be really high and then also jump.
That is so cool. Did you make that?
No, I didn't make
That
it.
is so clever. People are so creative. Are you ready for it soon?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pack up my stuff then. I think this is my kitten. She needs a daddy.
Aw, I just let her go. She just wanted her freedom so badly.
She came up and started eating.
Yep. That's what cats do. They're gonna fix that in the next update? Of course they are.
She holds her on her back. She loves it. She gets very passive. Like a real. Yeah. You're wrong.
She's saying, whoa, and the cat was thrown and is
I
now...
did not throw her. She jumped.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Why would you say that about me? I
didn't say anything
throw
about
her.
you. I'm just noticing that the cat had some good horizontal velocity.
She was. I was.
You were soothing her into the trash.
No. Oh, I was. Bedtime. Okay. Well, she doesn't want to be on her back.
Oh, so, anywho, we're going to start wrapping this stream up, but before we do, we're going to discuss the difference between the Reaper and the Devourer. Oh, dang it, I queued up for this game mode, whatever. The Devourer is significantly stronger in every way, shape, and form. Ultimately, it is the Kaiju. It's just the Kaiju, except instead of firing a burst of 8 shots, which was buffed and then nerfed back up to and down from 11 back down to 8 or whatever the fuck, it just fires like 32 shots. It's like a 32 shot limited ammunition Kaiju. In fact, if I recall correctly, the damage per bullet is the same as well. So, there you have it. It even operates very similarly, where you must charge it up to get it going. This guy's gonna block no matter what I do. We need to get the relics out of the game. Still wins, still slap. Listen, still wins. Still wins were propped up by the Catalina and will continue to be propped up by the Catalina. Dang it. I am just flailing shots at this point. I'm guessing my own build looks akin to a tire fire. Should be one here. No, my Second Amendment. Yeah, we'll go with hit scan, why not? Oh yeah, by the way, if they do add another tier of rarity, I will quit crossout. My friends are all gonna quit crossout. My clan will quit. Everybody's quitting crossout. If they're like, guess what? We're coming out with a new rarity, and it doesn't matter. You've come up with a new rarity tier above relics. We're done here. We will just stand up and walk away. Castor will rule the world after Armageddon. So the Devourer. This is just to finish off that conversation. Believe it or not, as stated before, Devourer's primary fire without the perk will actually deal significantly more damage than the perked version. This is important for when you use damage buffs, so 2,688. This is important for when you're using damage buffs. This is important for when you are going to be aiming for parts to strip. For example, their guns. So you're looking at just barely 2,500 versus 2,800. So, yes, the ice bullets and things like that do blast, and yes, the blast is helpful, especially considering it's cold. And in fact, actually, one of the things is, you guys might enjoy this. God damn it. Anyway, hold on. One of the things that you can do with the Devourers, they're actually extraordinarily good when it comes to taking care of, when they're perked, Leviathans. Because the thing is, their blast is so good. Because it freezes, it removes damage resistance. And so you can, like, damage resistance your way through. And if you're good enough, well, I think I missed a couple of those, but you should be able to, like, remove the head of a Leviathan in no time flat. Because of the fact that the ice is going to remove the damage resistance or the damage pass-through of frame parts. So basically, yeah, this gun is just a Kaiju, but the difference is, while this gun is basically a Kaiju, it's just better. It's just a better kaiju because it takes less energy. The reload is faster. The charge up is faster. The projectiles move at about the same pace, I'd say. But yeah, so and also it's got a smaller hitbox and more durability, right? So you're looking at 1,076 durability. Versus 1,197, but you get two of those in one of these. So while people like again, this is not. It doesn't feel like an upgraded version of the Reaper. It feels like an upgraded version of the Kaiju. It plays like an upgraded version of the Kaiju. Like so, everything that the Kaiju gets without the penalties, right? So as the Kaiju charges, it drains your power, so you slow down, and the weapon can't aim as well because the rotation speed goes down. All those penalties don't exist, right? For the Devourer. So the Devourer is just like this, except limitless ammunition. Wait, does the Kaiju have limited ammo? I actually don't even remember. I don't think the Kaiju. I think the Kaiju has unlimited ammunition. That's correct, Mateus. Everything that the Kaiju does, almost everything the Kaiju does, the Devourer does better. So the Kaiju does have no projectile drop, whereas the Devourer does. And the projectiles go, I think, faster. But other than that, it's just straight up. The Devourer just is significantly better. It just is. So it's not even a comparison, though, between the Devourer and the Reaper. The Reaper's dog shit. Like, I really can't point that out enough. So this Reaper build that I built is dog shit. The damage is low. It's just really low. Like, here we go. Like, 4,500. And this is with a laser that's doubling damage. The Lucifers... So I'm going to be super real with you guys. When it comes to the Lucifer, I am disappointed in it. I don't think Lucifers need a nerf. I actually think Lucifers suck. And I think Lucifers kind of need a buff. So even though it looks like there's a stream of missiles going out and you're like, oh wow, look at that damage. Is it though? Is it? Is it a big old stream of damage? Look at how little was done to that Leviathan. Almost no damage visible from an entire burst from these guns. It feels to me like a very fast shooting autocannon. Like, the damage just isn't there. That's 26 and 40, so this is 13 and 20. 13 bullet, 20 blast. These things are not very strong. Their perk is interesting. The perk of the Lucifer is that you get 6 projectiles restored to the cylinders of all of your Lucifers after every 8 enemy parts destroyed. Okay, fair enough. Here's the deal. This is not as good as you think it is. And the reason why is you've got to destroy 8 enemy parts, right? But if you've got an opponent made of paper, then the Lucifer is unbelievably brutal. Because you can rip their build apart and keep firing. But if you're firing at, as you just saw, the Leviathan over there, who's made of super durable parts, the Lucifer barely gets its perk. Yeah. As Raven Omega says, destroying APC parts be hard as fuck for the Lucifer. Like, it's actually very difficult. So it's a win more weapon against the weakest part faction. It heavily punishes lunatics because you can destroy lunatic parts very rapidly, but it doesn't have very much of an effect against other builds. Like, let's just use Bricky McBrickface, right? And we're just gonna fire in at the weakest part. The Maxwell should be 1 energy. Yeah, it should be. And as you can see, because we used a smattering of parts, because this was a budget build, that was brutal. That was unbelievably brutal. What happened to Bricky McBrickface? Did you see that? Like, almost never stopped firing. Gutted out everything in the back. And that's what you would expect. Right? That's what you expect to see from the Lucifers. But the problem is, that build that we're fighting is 7k. We're fighting a 7k power score build over there, right? And we're in a 12,900 power score build. And what happens if we shoot the front? Nothing. We run out of shots. Do I think the Chameleon Mark 1 at 1 energy would be overpowered? Yeah. I kind of do. Invisibility of any kind is really, really brutal to deal with. But anyway, so yeah, there you have it. Like, the Lucifer is a very weird gun. It is a win more weapon, where if you're punching down and you're fighting against people who have like parts like this that are easily destroyed, that are just, filler parts, it heavily punishes people who have filler parts. Heavily punishes them. But against true builds, where people already are like, established with, builds that are heavily built, like heavily durable, or they're using strong parts, or they expose their cabin to block, Lucifer kind of is not very good. It is extraordinarily situational. Similarly to the Morta. The Morta heavily penalizes people who use components. So if you're using an RN seal, for example, anywhere on your build, being hit by the Morta sucks. It really does. How can you make the Lucifer better then? Or just in general? Or what do you mean? Honestly, I think you want damage with the Lucifer. Ugh, Lucifer through an avalanche. Yeah. So it's just very brutal uh, when you're using the Lucifer, because if you target the wrong thing, you're in trouble. Which is actually silly, because the Morta is kind of like the opposite, but the Morta is just super punishing to people who have a reliance on parts that have low hit points that you would normally protect. Again, like the RN Seal. So going after anybody with the Morta is actually pretty brutal, because if you do manage to land 2 shots, you guaranteed have removed their RN Seal. 100%. It doesn't matter where you fired. If you fired through their build, they've lost their accompanying parts. So for example, I'm going to fire twice through this build, and in those 2 shots, I'm pretty sure it destroyed everything that mattered. Like, it destroyed all the Iron Seals, it destroyed the Shivers, it destroyed the Tamirs. They keep making Dookie legendary rockets. Well, the Lucifer is still better than the last rocket that they gave us. It's better than the Waltz, I'll give it that, though. This guy's got to have boosters. There's no way he's just faster than me. Alrighty. Hey, it's Mega Mac. Ow. We crashed our shots into each other. I think this might hurt. Yeah, but I'm fine. Man, that's gotta suck to self-destruct under someone and have them just keep driving. I think I'm down to 2 wheels. Nice. Oh my god. Blockchains feel laughably bad. So here's the thing about blockchains, Kamira. The problem with blockchains is the same problem they've always had. Their perk kind of got obsoleted, but they're energy cannons. They're hit scan energy cannons. So they have their advantages, but the problem is that they're undefendable. That's their real issue. Mateus says, unironically, the Lucifer is the most realistic rocket launcher in the game, given how real-life military helicopters work. They literally added mechanical tendrils to a rocket pod and called it a day. Do you know if anyone hitting the mortar projectile could, as a hit, and damage for hit... Wait, what? Do you know if hitting the mortar projectiles count as a hit? And oh, I get it. So if you're shooting them, does that stack your does it stack the Catalina? I think it does because it's a projectile. I think the mortar shot is considered to be a projectile, not a projectile, but considered to be a shield, an energy shield, and you can stack up your Catalina on actual energy shield. So I think you can, but don't quote me on that. Well, that's a wall. Ha! I hit him. No! No, why would you do this? Well, that was way off. I misread that scenario. I misread that. The heck? How did that thing have so much mass that it stopped my car? If they added friendly fire, 90% of the people who play this game would quit. Don't act as though people would continue to play this video game if friendly fire existed. Mateus says, I like how this build's front looks like a retro futuristic hot rod with the wheels and the bumpers, right? Isn't that cool? Do you think there should be another co-driver added? And if so, yes, I absolutely believe there should be additional co-drivers added. Add it land, but for ice damage? Get out of here, Mateus. They added friendly... what do you think about the master cabin? And what weapons go well with it? Well, Giovanni, I think that I broke down the master cabin a while ago, but thankfully they fixed all the problems with it to a degree. The weapons that go well with the master cabin are anything big. Anything big. Shotguns are also strong. I mean, Millers, Reapers, believe it or not, good. When will they add a legendary heavy cabin with a unique perk instead of random stats get buffed for a little and people around you get it too? They tried that, Mira. They tried that, remember? And they sucked. It was this one. The Savior. Hey, look at this. You get a little bit of a damage. There you go. It's terrible, because you got to find a way to collide with someone when you're the slowest guy on the battlefield. They tried that. Like, everything they've done that's been around, like, not buffing your team kind of has sucked. But you're saying legendary. I mean, the only other one's the Machinist. And it's god-fucking awful. It's just terrible. They fixed the master cabin by making it a medium cabin instead of a light. That is correct, Mateus. By the way, the master cabin now that it's a medium is pretty good. The weapons that I would recommend using with the master, you could use porcupines. Again, I already told you guys reapers. I actually used to have a brick build that used reapers or millers on the top of the master cabin combined with the omamori. You need to have a weapon that has a large enough base that it touches, that can touch the front of the master cabin here and the very back pin. Basically, it's got to be 4 pins long. And the reason why is because that's where you're going to have your omamori, right? So anything that can reach both of those is going to be in a good spot. I don't recommend things such as the Punisher. I would actually recommend Devourers, believe it or not. I would. Reapers, Devourers, Millers, all of those are strong. I would say that you could get a Mammoth build together with it, Masto build with it. You could do Tsunami, but it sounds like dog shit. Avalanche, anything, because the idea is the Master heals percentage, right? And it heals for 50%, which is insane. Stop doing that. So it heals 5 times for 10%, or in other words, 50% of maximum durability, which is insane. So you want anything that's attached to the master cabin to have a lot of durability. In what scenario would the master cabin be better than anything else? When you're running a live forever build. That's when it's better than anything else. If you're planning on making it so you use your guns in such a way that your opponent aims at your guns but doesn't know that you're pumping your guns back up with health, that's magnificent. Typically, to be honest, you're going to want to run this with an Aegis as well. The Savior is awful because the Humpback exists and is also awful. Are you saying the Humpback sucks? You're incorrect. I actually have come around to this. The Humpback, for a very long time, was the only S tier heavy cabin in the game. Okay, good. You were not saying that the Humpback sucks. Good. When's a good time to activate the Master's perk? Always. Giovanni, the answer is always. If you're about to enter combat, activate the Master's perk. It will heal your guns during combat. Always. You should just be spamming that shit. It's crazy. Like you can make like it's the build that I used to have was called Invinciguns for a reason. Hold on. Because the guns were literally invulnerable unless they could one hit them. And here. Straightforward. Grab yourself a Mori. And you just place these so they touch both guns, and you're done. Doesn't matter. So that's it. Done. That's there you go. There you go. You got all the defense you need. Also, well, that's actually not true. I also combined it with a cheetah, so that as I traveled, I'd get my stuff back and an Aegis Prime. And the Aegis Prime sat underneath the build, so it shielded the guns as well. So the idea was that you would shoot people and your guns would take damage. It's fine because you'd be overheating as you went in, and then when you felt that you were in danger to taking to take damage, then you pop your shield, and your shield comes back super rapid with the cheetah. You just basically run off of this. It's really crazy. 17 people watching. That's the whole player base. Damn. But yes, Kamira, you're correct. The Savior got immediately outclassed by the Humpback. It was released into the game obsolete entirely. And yes, buggy wheels. Combine this with Sabbath wheels, buggy wheels, etc. Whatever you want, and this basically ends up becoming a just insanely brutal setup because your guns will never be removed. Your guns don't even have to be hidden. You just go out there and F them over. Because again, the idea is that your guns are going to have 50% damage resistance, and so that means that they have a total of 1,000 something hit points, and when they get shot, they're already being healed. If you're healing something for 50% of its maximum life, but it also has 50% damage resistance, you're actually doubling your healing, in case you're interested. This is just game mechanics 101. This is the reason why when you're playing a MMORPG, you want your tank up front, your tank takes less damage, and you heal your tank, because your heals go farther. That's basically the idea. So this setup becomes ridiculously annoying for people who don't try and plow through. So then you might be wondering, then why don't they just shoot through your cabin? You just slather your cabin in armor, like armor everywhere, and then it just looks like huge brick that comes at them. So they aim at your guns because they think your guns are the vulnerable part, when in reality they're not. That's how you end up making a build with the master cabin. What do I think of the Mars? It's okay. I think that in reality it is not as oppressive as one would think. It's okay. It's just a cabin. I think that as far as cabins go, as far as heavy cabins go, it's stronger than what I would say normal for two reasons. One, because it's got almost the exact same stats as the cohort, and the cohort is huge. Two, it's much smaller than the cohort. That means that it's harder for you to finish off a heavy cabin that's using it, things like that. It's got several advantages. It's easier to build with. It's right there in the middle of this build, as you can see. 30% bonus damage is nice. It's just 30% damage, so there's nothing to complain about there. It buffs your allies. Nothing to complain about there. There you go. I mean, you can plop it into any of your current spider builds or any of your CW builds, and it'll do just fine. I think that in general, it's an okay cabin. I don't know if it is better than the Humpback in general, but I know that the reason why I say in general is because there's power scores you can aim for. I know that it's more powerful in in general because you can activate it and get 30% damage bonus immediately instead of having to take damage to obtain that 30% damage bonus. So the only thing that's annoying is blocking this, which is the launch pad for the drones, is far too easy. There's something wrong with the shape of it. So if anything gets near that, you won't launch your helper drones to help your team. You say it supports less mass than the cohort? I think it's about the same. But as you can see, Reapers suck. Like, you're just standing there and you're burning on some guy for 30 minutes. So right now we're completing that challenge of never stop firing Reapers from the start of the match. I know there's a guy right behind me. There's another one over there too. All right, we're down to 700 bullets. I think that guy's gonna die. Yep. And there you have it. You don't think you've ever seen atoms used? So if you come with 2 fused ammo crates, you don't ever have to stop firing. You will basically, I mean, just because it doesn't, I mean, they fire quickly, but they don't fire that quickly. So 1,700 bullets is a lot of bullets. So there you have it. This is a Atom, Reaper, Mars, Aurora build. Greetings, Tom Johnson. Believe it or not, it's late where I am and I'm tired. I just wanted to play a quick round with Reapers. But as you can see, it's just not fulfilling. It doesn't feel good to play Reapers. I'm not going to lie. It just doesn't feel good. It's like there's... I want to like this very much, but I don't. I've never enjoyed the way Reapers feel. Hold on, Friendship Bunny's talking now. What's up, Friendship? Tom Johnson is here.
Oh, I want to talk to him.
Does the Mars perk stack if multiple people use it? No, it does not.
Tom Johnson, did you get married yet? Because I'm pretty sure your wedding is past and I wanted to know how it went. And I also want to let you know that we're getting married on August 31st. I've been wanting to tell him that. Oh my gosh.
Reapers are boring to play because they're like low rarity auto turns.
I really wanted to get married in September. I love the song September, and I thought that would. I wanted to get married in September. This is the time we could make it work because of Labor Day. That's so cool. I can't believe I'm getting married before you. New Christmas.
I'm not 100% sure why she's being so catty about this.
Wait, what's... I'm not being catty. No. It's just that we both have... It's just... I've been talking to Tom because we both have very long engagements. What?
Hilarious.
very short engagements?
I don't know. I think it's not just that Reapers are boring to play. There's like very little feedback. Like it doesn't feel good even when you hit your opponents with Reapers. When you hit them with Cyclones, at least you can see things blowing up and like things popping off their build, and it feels good. But nothing feels good when you're using Reapers. It just doesn't. Yeah, I agree. Spark and Flash also suck. Actually, I sold my Spark. I no longer even have one. I had a Spark for years, and I sold it because I realized that I don't use it. I just don't. I'm just like I don't use this thing. So, because it also doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good to use, and it whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna complain any more than I already have. Oh, that's right. I have a still win, and I was waiting for the price to go up. And no, I didn't purchase this to sell it. I actually purchased this to craft my generator a while ago. And I got another still win that I've been just holding on to it to sell it for money whenever the price reaches fever pitch. I just forgot. Oh, that's right. This is my fuse still one that I defused because it's obviously stupid scatty. Listen, do you guys remember when the scatty was supposed to be a thing and then it never became a thing? We live in that era. If Millers and Reaper go hit scan, they become meta? Probably. Well, the thing is, they become good. And I'm fine with that. The gun should be good. Oh, the Charbitus. What a goddamn fucking mess of a gun. Alright, so I just yawned because I'm falling asleep. So, before I go to sleep, because I will be going to sleep very soon, yeah, I will. I'm trying to think of what it is. Someone said that they were looking for a build tomorrow. I don't remember what it was. We already have our budget brick build. Hold on. Also, I need to fix my what's it called builds since they broke them. Incinerator builds. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna check this right now while we're here because people are saying stuff. Pretty sure the cohort and the Mars are nearly exactly the same. So we're gonna check the cohort. Cohort's maximum mass is 24,000. The Mars's is 24,200. But that sounds like it's higher, but it's not. You have to take the mass of the vehicle itself, which in this case is 5,200, but this is fused for mass of 17%. Hold on. So if we took 5,200, actually, what am I doing? Why am I doing this kind of? That's dumb. I'm stupid. There we go. Let's just look. 5,200, 4,100. Yeah, no, never mind. The Mars is 3 kilometers an hour faster. Has 800 more kilograms of active tonnage. Has 2,000 less maximum mass. Okay, good. So the cohort still is stronger. But the Mars is close. Like, that's way too close. Because even though the maximum mass is 2,000 in the favor of the cohort, the the actual mass of the cohort that you pay for out of your mass limit, which is retarded, is 5,200. So 4,100 is 1,100 less. So in reality, there's only a 900 kilogram mass advantage to the cohort. That's correct, Mateus. I mean, that's not a small amount of mass, mind you. Let's be real. That's not a small amount of mass. What you don't get tonnage? What do you mean, Secret Just Racer? Tonnage, aka active tonnage, is what your wheels give. So the idea is that you get 10,000 wheels equivalent, and with this, and you get 9,200 wheels equivalent. So if you crack open a wheel, right? These things give tonnage, aka active tonnage. So this gives 660, right? Or if we wanted to compare it to, let's say, a full-on Bigfoot, this gives 700. I'm sorry, this gives 2,250. The Mars gives 10,000 tonnage outright. So that's the equivalent of 4 Bigfoots just attached to the cabin, basically. So when you're building anything, you see the hold on. Here we go. You see that white bar where it says the word tonnage? And as you remove things, that white bar moves down. Well, that red line, that little red line on that bar lets you know the actual maximum tonnage of your car. So as you note, as I remove wheels, because I'm removing maximum current tonnage, that little red dot moves down. So right now that little red dot, or little red bar or whatever, is about not 2/3, but it's over halfway, but you get the idea, right? So this cabin is providing 9,200 tonnage. Each of these legs is providing 2,000. So this cabin is worth somewhere in the neighborhood of what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 of these? 4 legs, right? Active tonnage is typically on a cabin. Active tonnage is typically not as important. It's actually, of all the stats on a cabin, it's the least important, because the idea is you can always add more movement parts to get more of that. The thing that is most important on any cabin, the 2 most important stats on any cabin are top speed, max cabin speed is one, and the other one is mass limit. Mass limit is your hard capped, it can't be increased, you've reached the top, you've put too much shit on your build, limit. It's your true limit. And the only things that increase mass limit are the fusion, like this thing that says 10% more mass limit, and also engines. So for example, certain engines give more mass limit than others. So for example, the Colossus gives a lot of mass limit, 2,500 of it. This is the reason why light cabins often use things such as the Colossus, because it gives so much mass limit. Whereas the Cheetah gives only 1,000 mass limit, but 3,000 active tonnage. It's the equivalent of adding another couple hovers, or it's the equivalent of adding wheels, or things like that. What to do with my incens? I don't like them anymore. Should I unfuse them? Unfuse. Look, I don't know. The best way to think about this is they do things in cycles. I don't know if they're ever going to come back around to unfucking, is the best way to phrase it, the incinerators. I don't know if the rune is going up in price or down in price. I don't like my incinerators either right now, but they're a necessary evil, I guess. They fucked him up because of cold. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why incinerators got screwed up is because they were the best fire weapon in thermal weapon in the game. Let's just call them all thermal. Fire, ice, whatever you want to call it, hot, cold, they're all thermal weapons. And incinerators were the best thermal weapon by such a very wide margin. that it's not even close. Like it wasn't even close. 2 incinerators could set your build, any build, to 100% heat in 2 seconds, because that was the equivalent of like 8 ticks or something like that. It's 2 ticks a second, 10% per tick, so that's 20% per second. So that's what? 20%, 40%, 80%, 100%. It would take about 5 seconds. So 5 seconds or 5 ticks would set your build to 100% heat. And it did so over a very wide swath. And so when you compared this to the Jotun was doing, it was doing like 5%. It was doing much worse. Not 5%. I'm sorry. It was doing 2%. So the Jotun was cooling at somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 2.5% per tick. Something super. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. I have this written down. Let me just look. 4.8%. So the Jotun was cooling at 4.8%, while the incinerator was heating at something like 20%. It's pretty crazy. So 2 Jotuns were actually cooling worse than 1 incinerator was heating. It's very bad. And so what they did was they were like, wait a minute, the Jotun is the new gun and we want money. And the only reason why people will pay us money for the new gun is if we nerf the old gun. So we're nerfing the old gun. And that's what they did. And they did this not just with this, but they did it with the Nothung. So when the Nothung was released, because the Nothung is a gun where you just hold down left mouse button, you don't ever let go because you want it to overheat, right? And the same thing supposedly with the Gungnir, because as you fire more, it becomes more accurate. Right before the Gungnir and the Nothung entered crossout, literally right before that, they nerfed the Arbiter and the Equalizer. The Arbiter and the Equalizer each lost 5% damage. Even though they weren't doing anything wrong, there was nothing wrong with the guns, they nerfed them so that you purchase the fucking Gungnir and the Nothung because the gameplay was the same. Each of these gameplays, as you hold down left mouse button and just aim at your opponent for hit scan damage, you don't ever do anything different with these. You don't tap fire or whatever, right? And so since each of these were the same gameplay, to make the Nothung and the Gungnir seem more appealing, they nerfed the Equalizer and the Arbiter. But here's the kicker: they didn't even need to do that because the Nothung came out swinging so fucking hard. Well, the Gungnir sucked, but the Nothung came out swinging so fucking hard that they then nerfed the Nothung because the Nothung was hitting harder than Punishers. It was ridiculous. Anyway, Friendship Bunny wants attention, and so it's time for me to go. It's been fun. I want to thank you all for being here, showing up to the stream, hanging out, chillaxing, getting a $20 dono. That was great. Ye old super chats coming in hot as you do. I'll probably be back sometime soon, hopefully. But for right now, it's late. It's time to go to bed. Thank you all for joining me.